What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the video series of React Native Fun. In this video today we are going to learn something about creating app status bar in your React Native app. So if you look at your base program when you create a new React Native app, it looks something like this. It's a big screen and you don't see app status bar. Now there are some libraries and all the stuff you can do. You can import those library, but in this video we will be learning it to how to create of your own with about less than 50 lines of code, and which will become something like this. So this is our app status bar and this is our home screen, or whatever screen you want to have in your app. So from this screen we'll be going to this screen and we will have app status bar by the end of this video. So let me get started here, and I'm going to move my simulator away. Alright, so we will start by writing some helpers. So I created a folder called SRC in my root project of React Native Fun, and I created another folder called helpers inside SRC. So let's go ahead and create a new JavaScript file called app bar, and it is asking me if I want to add this file in Git, because I will be sharing my code on github.com website. So that's why I have already created a repository over there, and IntelliJ knows, so it is asking me to do that. And before I write any other code, I want to tell you guys that I have also installed prop types, one of the dependency, so you should install that one. And in order to do that, just open your terminal and make sure you are in the root directory of your folder, your project, and clear. Simply type npm install save prop types, and I already have installed this one, so this one won't do anything, but I will just let it run for a second or a minute. As it says, updated a package. That's good. And if you get any kind of error like ASAP not found, you probably want to install ASAP dependency too. Just simply type, instead of prop types, ASAP, because when I was testing this project, I was facing this problem, and prop type somehow requires ASAP and it wasn't installed, because this is my React version, React and React Native version. So you might face the same problem too, maybe in this version or the newer versions. So yeah, also just go ahead and install ASAP if ASAP module is not found. So I'm going to work on our appbar.js, and in order to do that, I will be importing few stuff, which is right here. So we want to import React. From React we want to import Vue, status bar, dimension, and platform from our React Native library, and also prop types from prop types that we just installed, and it was already installed. So I'm going to define some constant variables, and you don't need to know them right now, just follow the numbers, and I will explain every time. I will explain everything in future once we start using these numbers. So I want x width and IGHT, which is 812, and these are the standard number for iPhone X and iPhone XS. That's what I'm doing here. Const XS. I'm just gonna go copy these lines here. Let's go XS 414. This one is 896. All right, so just keep these numbers here. I'll explain in a little bit. So I want to get constant. I want height, and I want a W height, and I want width, which is W width, and we are getting it from dimensions.get window. So from using the dimensions .get method from React Native, we'll be getting the height of window and width of window, and we are assigning it to the constant variables. So I'm going to say let is iPhoneX equals to false for now. So I don't know which device we are working on right now. It could be Android, it could be iOS device, or which iOS we don't know yet. So let's keep it false for the moment. And if my platform.os is iOS and it's not iPad and it's definitely not tvOS, then I want to check whether if it's iPhone X or not. So we'll assign it true or false by checking its width, window width equals to X width and window height equals to X height, or window width is it's XS max. Sorry, and XS max. Okay, so it's our window width equals to XS iPhone XS max width, and window height equals to XS max height. So this line of code defines whether this device is iPhone or not. Next thing we are going to create is a function, if I can spell it correct, get status bar height, and I want to skip Android. I want it to be Boolean, and default value I want to pass in is a false. So far looks like we are on the right track. So we got a function that actually gives us a status bar of height. So what I want to do, if platform.os is iOS, which means I'm working with iOS right now, I want to return is iPhone. If it's iPhone, I want to return 44, otherwise 20. So if it's iOS and if it's iPhone X or the X Max, XS Max, I want to return 44, otherwise I want to return 20. So if it's less older version than iPhone X, then we'll be returning 20, otherwise we want to return 44. The reason we are doing that is because the newer iPhone devices got this new status bar where they kind of like make the phone screen size bigger, which is not screen size bigger by including this section of the phone tab inside the screen size. So we want to calculate the height of this status bar, and that's how we'll be using it. So we got if iPhone X, then we want to return 44, otherwise we want to return 20. If skip Android is passed in, then we want to return 0 because we are skipping it for Android. Otherwise we want to return status bar dot current height. There, okay, and we got everything here. I'll just get rid of those empty spaces. So the reason we are doing this way is because the library of status bar from React Native does not provide information that is that can handle iPhone X or newer devices. That's the reason I had to do this way, but I don't know, by the time you guys watch this video, React Native probably have this feature included and it might be giving you the correct height for iPhone X. So let's hope for the best. Now we are going to create a custom component. So custom app status bar equals to, I want to pass background color as the property and all other props in this custom component that we create right now. Okay, and we want to return something which is going to be wrapped around view. So far so good. And what we are returning is actually status bar. We want to keep it translucent because that's a default property type of the status bar that we need to include, and we will be assigning background color equals to the background color that we are passing inside the props, and also all other props that we got here. So that's what we'll be returning, and using the prop types that we have imported here, custom bar prop types equals to background color equals to prop types dot string that is required. Oh, it's not equals to sign. And the reason we are doing this way, because we do not want to make any mistake. You know, we want to pass in a background color for our custom status bar that actually looks like this, and we want to make it, you know, mandatory. So if you forget to pass in, it should yell at you. So that's why we are assigning the prop types to our custom app status bar, and we want to export default custom status bar. Okay, and here the reason I created it as a get status bar height function is because now we can export constant status bar height equals to get status bar height, and now we can use status bar height in our application anywhere, and we can get the size of our application's status bar. The other thing here we want to pass in is a style, and inside style I want background color and height equals to get status bar height. So everything looks good. And, I'm just making sure that I have no mistake here, but anyway, if I have any mistake, we'll figure it out in our app.js class. But before I work on our app.js, I want to create another helper file, which I'm going to name colors, and I want to export the colors here. So I will be using these two colors right now for our application's home screen, and let's go work on our app.js. So this is the default app.js file that you will get when you create React Native app. So now I am going to get my simulator here, and because we will be reloading everything live, so you can see while I'm working on here. So let's get rid of this stuff, let's get rid of instruction, and we don't want this one here. And remember one thing, guys, if you keep background align items in center, justify content center, you will not be able to see your status bar. So you do want to get rid of your status style, justify content, and align items, otherwise you will not be able to see it. So background gray color, cloudy color, okay, we got that one here. What I will be doing is I am going to import custom app status bar from source helpers appbar.js, and because that is the custom status bar is our component, we can use it as a component here. Few things we need to pass in, because if you use IntelliJ or something, it will tell you what you need to do, and in our case we need to insert required attribute background color, which is status bar color. So we got status bar color here, and one more thing we want to pass in is bar style equals to dark content, because we want these numbers to be dark. If you do the light, then it will be white color content. So we can try that too, and let's see what happens. See, they are gone. If you pay attention, you can see them. I see here, but we don't want that. So if your status bar color is dark, then you want to use light content. Otherwise, you want to use dark content here. Now here I'm going to create another view and text, React, native, fun, and wrap my text. Now I wanna add a couple more text, container, style, and I want to add app name, style, font size. I want to keep it 40 for now. Let's give it a style here, equals to style app name, and for text container I want it to flex 1. I want this one to have a background color, which we don't need that here. We already got the background color here, so we don't need it. We got it here. We want to have a heading of 15. I want it align items center, and I also want justify content here center, and I will save it. Okay, something went wrong. Oh, we did not pass the style here. That's the problem. So let's do the style here, styles dot text container, and there we go. So from our custom app bar status, we are importing our custom app bar status component, and we created it right here, and now we have our custom status bar. So let me go ahead and change color. I don't know, B C, do A B C D 1 save it, and there we go. All right, looks decent color, but I will stick with white color, which is not exactly a white color, it's a shade of white color, but that's what I'll stick with right now. So as I said earlier, less than 45 lines of code, we can have our own custom status bar. So hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram. I will post my Instagram and Facebook page links down there. And if you want me to do more React Native videos, which I will be doing anyway, so if you want me to work on something particularly, or if you want me to work with a library, or if you want me to test out a library, please feel free to comment down here on YouTube channel or this video or my Instagram or Facebook page, and I will definitely try to work on that and post new videos. And also, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, please click the bell icon so you will get notification every time I create a new video and upload. And I will be posting not just React Native, but also some React.js and some other video tutorials, or just something that I will find interesting that you guys will like. So please don't forget to subscribe and share. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.